Thank you, Mr. Mills, and I appreciate your comments at the end because, in my view, you have summarized exactly why this committee needs to take on this Promethean task, as you have described it. I think we forget, just working in the day-to-day, how outdated our policies are in the energy sector. And while this is a big task for us to do a larger, broader bill that is more all-encompassing, the reason it needs to happen is because it is so outdated. And as it is outdated, it is us, it's the policymakers that are holding back the opportunities, whether it's for job creation that Ms. Harbert talks about, or whether it's our opportunities to influence around the globe. We need to be the one that take up the heavy burden and the work and make it happen. So I appreciate a very articulate summary there. And I'm going to start with you because you mentioned the opportunities within a changing policy to make sure that we're moving out with the research and development that will lead to the infrastructure and the technologies. Is there a linkage between allowing exports, whether oil or gas or both, and sending the right signals to build new infrastructure, to get that moving? Because this is a big part of what we're dealing with here, is how do you then translate that into the financing, whether it's loan programs, or is there a linkage there between oil exports, gas exports, and advancing infrastructure?
Well, the short answer, Madam Chairman, is of course there is. The production of oil and gas is geographically specific, of course, but the infrastructure needed to transport and move oil and gas to global markets covers many more of the states of the Union, and access to global markets for a product will profoundly stimulate long-term and short-term investment. I think that if the United States took the posture of saying to the world that we are reorienting our foundational energy policy towards selling to the world, not being insular, not becoming independent, but becoming a player on the world stage, this would stimulate profound reactions in the private sector. And if we did not constrain the private market's ability to invest based on market access to buyers around the world, we would see an incredible increase in the building of pipelines and ports. Obviously, all the regular regulations pertaining to how you can build these from an environmental perspective would pertain, but those are not constraints compared to the banning of the ability of the private market to function and invest capital to sell to world markets.